Few local faith leaders are celebrating what they call a win. The group called I Care is advocating adult civil citations as an alternative to arrests for a minor offense. So according to this group, there were 32,000 arrests in Jacksonville in 2019. Nearly a third of those were for minor issues like driving with a suspended license. After much discussion, Jacksonville Sheriff Mike Williams and State Attorney Melissa Nelson agreed to the change.
It was important that our sheriff and our state attorney agreed to work with other stakeholders to develop a civil citation program that will help reduce these arrests for minor offenses that criminalize poverty, that cause problems in the families, and really does not make our community any safer.
And that was Pastor Moss speaking there. The pastor says there will be a meeting in June to finalize the program, and changes could be in place later this year. On your sides, Ken Amiro will have more on this just ahead on First Coast News at 6.